two other 80-year-olds last night, and we were talking about a thing called luck. And I'm sure if we went around the table and we were all to think of the near misses we had, that meant you never got to 80, you probably get to 40 or 50 or whatever. And as we started to share ideas and memories on the things that made it so lucky that you're still alive, some extraordinary stories came out. But I was just talking about one that Mary and I had many years ago. We were in Peru and we wanted to go up to MachuPicchu. And there were two ways of going there, and one was by bus, and the buses took something like 2-3 days in clouds of dust. So we said, we'll do this, so we'll go up by bus and we'll fly back. I'll never forget the journey up on the bus, because you're going along little mountain roads with everything falling off to the right hand side, two drivers up front sharing a bottle. Anyway, we got there, and it's at altitude, so you have a permanent headache. It's actually quite painful. It sounds lovely, but it's actually not that great. Anyway, we got to this lovely place in Cusco, had our week or whatever time we were there, and it was time to go home. And Mary suffers from sinus, and every now and then she gets a splitting headache, and you would at altitude anyway. So when it was time to go home, we thought, well, listen, let's go. And she had a headache in the morning. She said, well, don't worry about it. Take an aspirin or gin and tonic. You'll be fine once we get on the plane. So I almost had to bundle her down to the reception area to get on the bus. And at this stage, she just couldn't. She never got it that bad, and it was probably the altitude. So I did something I never ever did. I said, okay, listen, don't worry. We'll go back. We'll stay another day, or you might be better tomorrow. Now, I would never do that. I'd say, the tickets and reissuing. Just put up with it and we'll do something on the plane. So anyway, we went back to the hotel. And Cusco Airport is a very unusual one. It's a valley with big mountains on each side. And to get into the airport, you fly over the top, you drop down, the runway is down here, into the runway, and then you slam on the brakes because there's another mountain in front of you. But they've been doing it for years. The plane they use is the British Electra. It's kind of a short takeoff plane. I could draw you a copy of it now because I know it intimately. And on board was an American basketball team of ladies. There were 92 people on board, and all 92 died when it flew into the mountain on takeoff. So you wonder, there is a thing called luck.